Guys, thought I'd do a video update today. It must be the pollen count's high today or something because my eyes are burning. But today I thought I'd do an update because I haven't done one for a while. Somebody mentioned about the 90-day visa stuff. I think my personal view is things will die down over time. The politics doesn't move that fast anywhere on the planet unless it's Showtime and the media. You've got to look at the fact that a lot of the economies aren't doing great. You've got to look at the fact that we come out of COVID, that Brexit was not about it being a solution but a transition. So now we'll sort of be moving into a transition period, which is why they're on about things having to be sampled and tested and now going through the borders and costing a phenomenal amount more money. The changes are there. Things are getting more expensive. I mean, just generally, since the COVID and everything else, costs have gone up pretty much everywhere. I've got to say, in Spain, it's not as significant as it was in the UK for me. Don't get me wrong, my mortgage went up considerably, but I'd already factored in that the interest would shoot up. So in the first year and a half, I just hit it hard, paying off as much as I could, as quick as I could. So when it went up, I'm actually roughly paying what I was when the mortgage was set up. So I'm not expecting it to go any higher now. I'm not going to say touch wood because quite simply that's my expectation. But now I've started taking off the end years. So I'm not reducing my monthly payments, I'm taking off the number of years left to pay. So, well, that side of things is going okay. La Mata's extremely busy on the construction and renovation piece. Shall we have a look outside? No, somebody's got a generator going somewhere by the sounds of it. He's got that going. Alright, so on the beach they did the drainage piece and then it sort of stops, and it looks like they're redoing the drains along here, and it'll probably go across and join up with the stuff on the beach, because soon the rain-off water goes down across and out to the sea somewhere. That's my assumption. Somebody's down there working on something as well. So somebody doing building work here, just behind his house. As you see over there, they're doing all the frontages on the buildings, doing all the render. I like the scaffolding on those guys, it goes up and down. Yeah, not like up and down, just thinking quick and easy, because working on scaffold before in the UK, where it's doing things like church spires and stuff, going up and up and up. Knackered by the time to get it top. But yeah, so that's still full on. It just sort of shows the amount of renovation works that go on in La Mata and how a lot of stuff's maintained. Then down there on the right hand side, there's renovations going on there. That's why you can see blankets hanging over there, over the balconies. And then obviously the stuff we've got going on this beach goes all the way along the beachfront, up to the boardwalk. It's about, I think about 4 million euros, did we say? And at the back here, which I can't actually see, is the sports facility there. They've got the first parts of the metal frame up, which means the foundations are set, everything's good to go. And once you get the first bits of the frame up, the rest of it goes up quite quick. So that may start looking like a building within probably the next 6 weeks. So yeah, I mean, what's concerning me is this bit at the minute, because are they going to stop there, or are they going to go all the way along, which will be chaotic for this summer if they don't finish. Because obviously they've shut my road off at the minute, this bit here. But I would assume they're going to carry on down. But I don't know how the drainage works. I can't see another manhole in the middle. So maybe they don't need to cut all the way down and they go to the other end. Because it looks like the next road that goes towards the beach has got exactly the same like here. You know, it's sort of this piece, there's a little road there, and it's looking very similar. Maybe they're redoing the bits along the road to the drains, to the beach, which means they're probably going to have to do the crossroad piece, that end. Still puts them in the middle of the road, but if they're not going all the way along, that'll be a bonus, because I assume there's no drainage in the middle there then. I'm not sure. Then we had somebody set fire to the building over here last week. Bad timing, because we'd have caught the culprit and my camera was on, but April had unplugged it to put the dehumidifier on. I said, I've got to put that other socket in for that. But lucky enough, Guardia turned up, well, the police here local turned up, fire brigade turned up, Guardia turned up, and they put it out. But yeah, it's a teenager that did it, because I was sat in my office and I seen him going in there. You know, like where you're sitting, you can catch him in the corner of your eye, you watch, you know, thinking, oh, he shouldn't be in there. And then you're working away, and next thing is you see flames shooting out the top. Oh well. But beyond that, not a lot else going on in La Mata. We're off to a medieval, I think it's a medieval fair today. I'm not sure if it's Orihuela or Casada. But that's open till 10 o'clock at night tonight, so if you do want to go for something to do, put that in mind. Tomorrow, going to try and go up to the Lemon Tree Market as well, which is over in Guatemala. It gets quite busy, but I think Obi wants something. I think it's after a Walkman or something, because he's into like retro stuff and war stuff, so he's very specific. We got my Walkman the other day from the charity shop, because we went up near the charity shop for breakfast. We got it for €1, and they gave us the cassettes for free because they didn't want they didn't want any charges for it. But the woman at the counter said, I don't want to throw them out because they're worth something still. So yeah, Walkman, we have already had to do a repair on it. Fixed one of the motor belts with a elastic band, but it's still not great. I think that's a problem with the head on it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, so we'll see if we can find another one that's actually working. But beyond that, it's been good to be home, because obviously I haven't been back to the UK since before Christmas now, so it's been good to have time with the family. Still working, don't get me wrong, I'm still working pretty hard, but the environment here is so much better. You know, I find, you know, having the sea as your view when you're working, having the environment where you can see lots of stuff going on. So, you know, like when you're just getting frustrated or something, you can just look out the window for 2 minutes, switch off and go back to it. Or your lunch break, go and have a walk on the beach. That's, to me, these are the things that make it worth living here. It's just these, it's the small things. There's less, should I call it static? Yeah, static noise. But even there, you know, like with the fire, the arrival and how it was quickly resolved was a good thing. Would that be the same in the UK? I don't know these days, and I don't blame a lot of the services because they have been cut to the bone. Also, I think a lot of the powers are a bit weak in the UK. I think the Spanish police deal with a lot, put people in their place because they still do have authority and recognise for it. But there's many things here that I just think make it so much better for the family, so much better for me and April as a couple, and as an individual. I find I put on weight here. I do find that because I eat more because we have a lot more fresh food. But beyond that, I do find that the weather makes a difference. Good quality food. The calmness of the place. It's very rare I hear like loud music. You know, like now, I can hear the waves, and I can hear our mini fountain over there, and the odd kid or whatever going past. But don't get me wrong, it may seem a bit odd living in a tourist environment, but in a modern society, it's all about the internet. They have good infrastructure. So the reality is you can work from here, and there has been more and more people starting to work from Spain. I haven't seen Andy for ages, but Andy's over here somewhere. Gordon works over here remotely. Myself, I'm in and out the UK because I earn a decent salary. And I do say decent salary in the sense of I can't disclose it because of contractual reasons, but I earn a lot more than a lot of people do. So the ability to pay the mortgage off quickly is why I'm still doing this. Once that's done, my game's changing. This is why I'm starting to do a lot of the t-shirt business at the minute. Now, don't get me wrong, I know t-shirts is probably a saturated market, but a lot of the time it's about just looking at different opportunities in there, and I don't expect it to make lots of money. It's the same as I'm looking at finishing the book I'm writing in a minute. We're working on some other projects with Carlos, because I found out when I was out in the Philippines where the internet was bad initially, a lot of the jobs you wouldn't want, etc. Because the salaries are crap, and you're better off trying to find your own niche markets. But once you start spreading into different things, you start to realise, having like these coin slotted computer systems that you set outside the house, that paid probably half our bills. Then we had got apartments, rented those out. That pays the rest of the bills. And then you're starting to just have time to do whatever you want to do and start developing new businesses. And that's why I have the call centre and other things. Because one of the big things Spain gives me is time. UK is too noisy, too busy, too much. Like, this is the sort of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like motorbikes, but just as you try to think and talk there, you get noise coming. I find the UK can be quite noisy. Now, don't get me wrong, if I move further out the cities and moved more into the middle of nowhere in the UK, I could get the same tranquility. But at the same time, it also means I'm away from the rail networks, work networks, and everything else that I still need to tie into at the minute. So, and the cost of properties in those areas are phenomenal compared to what you pay here on the coast, and get the vitamin D for free. Yeah, that's my thoughts anyway. Anyway, guys, that's my update for this week. I know it's not too exciting, but I've been so busy doing stuff for work and working out what they actually need. It's taking its toll on my own stuff. Hence, I'm starting to work on the weekends of making sure that they're family time. Hence, we're going out today. I've got to admit, Ubi's becoming a bit of a teenager lately. He's going out to meet his mates this afternoon. You think, well, long ago he was a little kid, really excited to go in the sea, and now he's starting to hang out with mates and girls. How the world has changed. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching.